Alright, Dreamball fans, Abyss here, covering the Week 1 matchups. We'll have Peregrine versus PapaSquid. It'll be Bug and Psychic against Fairy and Rock in our first match. We'll have Bold versus BOSSMORE, Fire and Ice against Dragon and Electric. Scrigman versus Polichad. Steel and Grass against Dark and Poison. And then Owchies versus TheFineMantine, Water and Fighting against Ground and Flying. And we have Duo with a bye this week, getting to relax on this week 1, maybe figuring out what their opponents might do for the upcoming weeks. Alright, so let's get straight into our games. Alright, we have Peregrine with the Volcarona, Bronzong, Tapu Lele, Armor Rouge, Scolipede, and Starmie. Captain there. Terra Captain on Peregrine's team here that can Terra is Armor Rouge. I will highlight right now that they have an illegal Terra on this. We'll get to it when it gets to it, but the Terra rules for this league are you can only Terra into either one of your types you've picked, so Peregrine here could only go into Terra Bug or Psychic, or into one of its Terra types. So Armor Rouge for this team can go into Terra Bug, Psychic, or Fire, legally. And then, anyway, going to PapaSquid's team, the Tapu Koko, the Iron Valiant, Rhydon, Grimmsnarl, Colossal, and Tyrantrum. So the only Terra Captain that PapaSquid brought is the Colossal, and he opted for Terra Rock in this matchup. It's not... I don't know how I feel about it. Terra choice for Colossal in this matchup. We'll see when we get to it. Alright, let's see how this first game goes. Alright, so we have our leads here, Scolipede and Iron Valiant. Oh, I already see the taunt, but... it could have been... Okay. This, it is slower. Makes sense for it to go for the taunt. I partly expect to protect, but I feel like in a lead like this, they might both be sashed. But Iron Valiant going straight for the taunt. Toxic Spikes. Pretty big. Toxic Spikes would be really strong into this team. Knock off. Oh, it's a Charty Berry. Alright. Yeah, that taunt doesn't last that long, so it still gets its Toxic Spikes up. Ooh. Alright. Exchange hazards. Starmie comes in, but Starmie can just spin on this. And Colossal's the spinner for PapaSquid here. Trade some damage. Darkest Lariat almost picks up the KO. Sucker Punch finishes off the Scolipede. Alright. First Blood from Grimmsnarl. Tapu Lele with a Psychic Surge. Okay. Moonblast. Moonblast makes sense. Goes into Starmie, Rapid Spin. Ooh, if he picked up just... wait for the attack to get the KO here, that would have been really strong. Remove the Starmie. Alright. Tapu Koko comes in. Volt Switch? Volt Switch. Alright. Tyrantrum. Ooh, that's a Scarf Head Smash. Alright. Bronzong comes in. Iron Defense. Alright. Crunch. Ooh. If this was like, well, for Iron Defense, you're probably not Weakness Policy or anything. But yeah. This Bronzong just gonna set up to +6 here. Alright. Stealth Rock for good measure. Okay. Tossing them in for the Iron Valiant, so I can't come back in. Iron Defense. One more Iron Defense? Oh, okay. Pick up the K with Body Press, sure. Tapu Koko takes some rocks damage. Both switches out. Sacks the Iron Valiant. Heavy Slam, alright. I think maybe the Body Press did more, I don't know. Goes in the Starmie, sack the Starmie. Grimmsnarl takes rocks, takes poison, it's almost down. Armor Rouge comes out. Goes for the... Alright. I will highlight this. The electric terrain will stop the rest from going off because it stops everything from going to sleep. But the second part is, this is an illegal Terra. I'll address it after the match is over. It goes up for the Flash Cannon. Tapu Koko comes back in. Another Volt Switch. Chip on the Bronzong. Tyrantrum comes back and goes for the Crunch. Alright, an accurate Crunch. Oh, here's the Dancing Bug. Goes to the Giga Drain. Crunch. Drain. 64%. What can Tapu Koko do to Volcarona here? Thunderbolt's enough. Ooh, the Wild Charge. Ooh, the burn. Alright. I don't... Alright, at this point here, I don't think this can pick up the KO. Even with a crit, I don't think it's enough. Yeah, even with a crit, not even close. Flash Cannon to pick up the KO. So, this Armor Rouge does have an illegal set because of the Terra Steel. Lee, from what I remember, we're just ignoring that it ever terra'd. It's still going to count for Peregrine's win because it ultimately had no effect on the actual outcome of this match. Maybe could have mattered at certain instances, but ultimately for the damage it took, it didn't matter whether it terra'd or not. Anyway, I'll move on to game 2. We'll have Bold's Fire and Ice against BOSSMORE's Dragon and Electric. Alright, Terra Captains. Yes, we have Bold with his Volcanion, Alolan Ninetales, Mamoswine, Kyurem, Heatran, and what was this? Emboar. Two Terra Captains brought this time around. Ninetales with Terra Fairy and Emboar with Terra Fighting. Meanwhile, on BOSSMORE's side, we have Hisuian Electrode, Baxcalibur, Rotom Heat, Garchomp, Dracovish, and Hydrapple. And he also brought both the Terra Captains, the Hisuian Electrode and the Hydrapple. Yes, their Terras are legal, so let's get into this match. If I'm gonna expect a lead, it might just be like a Mamoswine into Garchomp lead. Probably what I'd think would come out. Oh, okay. Ninetales into Electrode. Darth Blizzard picks KO immediately. Alright. Alright. Oh, that's more damage than I thought. Alright, Baxcalibur goes to the Dragon Dance. Ice Body. Oh, another Blizzard. Another Dragon Dance. Alright. Baxcalibur. Ooh, alright. Took all that damage and ran away. Will-O-Wisp. Flashfire trigger on Heatran. Volt Switch. Where does Rotom go into? The Garchomp. Stealth Rock? Yeah. I think that KOs the Baxcalibur when it comes back in. Earthquake. Ice Shard. Alright. Overheat. Ooh, that does not pick up the KO. That's Thick Bat. Alright, Hydrapple. Ooh, huge Mamoswine read. Oh, that's such a good read. Kyurem comes out. Dragon move? Pretty safe to go for Dragon move here. Ooh, Dragon Dance. Is this Scarf? It is. Ooh, oh. Outrage. Focus Sash. Oh. Ice. Okay, okay. I see you. More Icicle Spears. Yeah, yeah. Here I'm just gonna finish the game. Dragon Claw. Alright. It's a KO there. And a Dragon Claw to finish this off. Alright. Alright. Bold taking a 5-0. Didn't even have to use Terra. Yeah. 2 of his mons weren't even brought this match. Alright. Very clean game. I think one of the big things was Baxcalibur taking 90% and then running off. I think Baxcalibur actually should outspeed the Ninetales at +2. That's something I'll have to look at, actually. Just so, just to sate my own curiosity. Ninetales. Ninetales into the Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur is +2 and Adamant. It does outspeed, so... Well, okay, assuming full investment, Baxcalibur should outspeed that. Okay. That could have been a misplay. I think when you're that low, I think you just have to attack at that point. That said, even if you pick up the Ninetales, I think Emboar probably has like the Sucker Punch, something like that. I think actually maybe Kyurem is forced to come in and use up its sash there to, battle the Ice Dragons. Oh, anyway, this is a quick 16-turn game. Right. On to our third match. We have Scrigman versus Polichad, making sure everything's on the right side. Steel Grass versus Dark Poison. Yeah. Alright. We have Tinkaton, Ogerpon, Wellspring, Kartana, Ferrothorn, Archelodon, and Fortress. Terra Captains here are the Fortress, only the Fortress here. Interesting choice. Then we have Polichad running Sneasler. I'm blanking on this. Oh, Graphite. I always forget this thing. Hydreigon, Incineroar, Low-Kicks, and Tentacruel. The Low-Kicks is the only Terra Captain for Scrigman here, and, well, see, they're both Terra bugs, so they are bugs. Alright, get on to this game 3. Leads. I feel like it'll probably be some sort of U-turn lead from Polichad. Scrigman probably using... I could see Tinkaton, I could see Ferrothorn. One of those. Even Fortress as a lead. Alright. Ogerpon into Hydreigon. Oh, there's the U-turn. U-turn into Incineroar. U-turn. Back. Alright. Alright, Archelodon. Dragon Tail. Oh, that's a crit Dragon Tail. Going to Low-Kicks. U-turn. Stamina trigger. Go back to Tentacle. I'm gonna lose more life. Oh, alright. Scald. Is the burn coming out? That is the burn. Body press? Nope. Going to Sneasler. Close combat? No, you turn out. Okay. Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock, Dragon Tail, Iron Defense? Okay. There's the Encore. Now you gotta get out. Katana. Knockoff. Choice Scarf. It's a big reveal. Parting Shot. Another... Alright, it's just lost all of its power. Psycho Cut. Alright. Oh, Parting Shot. What is this? VGC? This is a very momentum style from Polichad here. Stealth Rock from Hydreigon. That's a move I didn't think I'd see on it. Thunder Wave. on the Tinkaton. Swords Dance Thunder Wave. Alright. Encore's coming out here. Go into Fortress. Rapid Spin. Or Volt Switch. Knock off. There goes the Leftovers. Encore. That's one's fast Fortress. And a Tinkaton. Parting Shot. Go into Tentacle. I think it needs to pick up the KO here. Tinkaton Hammer. Picks up the KO on Tentacle. That's... Hold on. That was turn 17 for our first KO. The previous game was 16 for the whole game to end. Alright, anyway. Tinkaton makes a switch into the Archaludon here. Knock off. Stamina trigger. Leftovers fall off. Body press. Not too, that's actually quite a bit of damage. Sneasler here. Close combat. Ooh, substitute. Ooh, Dragon Tail. Miss. That miss was huge. Is this a reversal set? No? Swords Dance. Body press. Breaks a sub. Okay, it's gonna try to... Oh, Citrus trigger. Alright. Thought it might be a Lychee Berry or something. Fire Punch to pick up the KO. Alright. Fire Punch picks up the Ferrothorn. Iron Barbs takes a good chunk of damage off it. Kartana. Fire Punch picks up the Kartana. Spiky Shield reveal? Nope, no Spiky Shield. Looks like Sneaser is just gonna clean this game. Could have terrored the Fortress, but I don't think it mattered there. Take a ton. Fire Punch. Ooh, that is game. Another 5-0. Fire Punch close combat. I guess that does threaten everything on this team. So, interesting thing is, no matter what you do, Fortress is still going to be weak to fire here. Interesting how that plays out. Low-Kicks didn't even have to come to this match. Interestingly enough, I don't think the Terras have mattered at all so far for this game 1. Yeah. Polichad taking a clean 5-0. We'll have our last match of the week here. We have Owchies with his Water and Fighting against TheFineMantine's Ground and Flying. We have Walrein. I have never seen this mon played in competitive, so it'll be interesting how this goes. Iron Bundle, Great Tusk, Greninja, Blaziken, and Rotom Wash. Blaziken is the Terra captain here and with Terra Water, which is pretty solid into that team. Sheds its fighting typing, so it's not weak to the flying moves on the other side. Though there might be, I could probably see some electric moves come out from there too. And then we have Mantine, Clodsire, Celesteela, Iron Jugulus, and Togekiss, and Diggersby. Diggersby is the Terra captain here, running Terra Normal. No, there's no normal resist here, so yeah, it's raw damage. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Greninja into Celesteela. Okay. I don't think Greninja can threaten this for an Oko, so it'll probably be a U-turn or something here. Celesteela might... I don't think it would set up rocks, maybe just fire Thunderbolt or an Air Slash. You could set up something. U-turn. Leech Seed. Alright. Understandable. Electric Terrain. Interesting. Manual Electric Terrain. Is that terrain? Terrain Extender? Blaziken, Clodsire, Earthquake. Earthquake doing a decent chunk. Stealth Rock. Knock off. There goes the Leftovers. Air Slash picks up the Great Tusk. Alright, this is a special defense boosting Celesteela. Um, yeah, pretty powerful here, actually. Yeah, Blaziken's the only answer into this. Alright. Swords Dance. Thunderbolt? Ooh, Air Slash. For almost half. But I think Celesteela has to get up now. Oh. Flare Blitz. Clodsire. No. Oh, Diggersby. Quick Attack? Terra Normal. Quick Attack. Oh, will that pick up the KO here? Bandit Quick Attack? It almost did half to that. Ooh. Icicle Spear. Ooh. Alright. Alright, saving the Diggersby. Ice Beam. Alright. That did a decent chunk. Hoping for the freeze here, I guess. Toxic. Ooh. Alright. Greninja just takes up the Mantine. Quick attack. Ooh. That Blaziken's looking scary now without the quick attack chip. Will-O-Wisp Spear? Pain Split. That's a huge Pain Split. Stealth Rock. Actually, this is probably Water Absorb. Clodsire, if I had to guess. Booster Energy? Oh, actually, wait, no. Pork Drive. Actually, it could just be... Yeah, Ice Beam. Ooh, Tiktokus barely lives. Thunder Wave. I don't think that's enough. I was hoping for a miss here at this point. Clodsire, can you take the Ice Beam? You cannot take the Ice Beam. Alright. Alright, so... Owchies taking the 3-0 over the TheFineMantine. Yeah, this Iron Bundle is pretty scary in the late game. Okay, then look at our week 1 results here. So we have, let's see, Peregrine taking the 1-0 over PapaSquid, Bold taking the 5-0 over BOSSMORE, Polichad taking the 5-0 over Scrigman, and Owchies taking the 3-0 over the TheFineMantine. That was an exciting first week of battles. Let's see how we'll do in the next week. All right, take care, everyone.